Hey guys, just wanted to film a quick video while I had this in my head. So we want to rapidly test an idea as fast as possible. Okay, you might have something already in your mind right now, and all you need to do at that point is just quickly go onto Google, find if somebody is already selling this. We don't have to overthink it. Just copy somebody that's done it already. Now, you may not have an idea, or you want to just have a bit of a look around first. So, first thing I want you to write down is, what are you interested in and what skills you have. Now, this one here, I always like to just add a little extra in here. So, what skills you have or could you acquire? Then, what problems or pain points do people pay for? And what problems have you overcome? And someone else. Okay. So very first thing, if you are interested in sports, let's say golf. Okay, I'm interested in rugby. So not to overthink this, just get them down as fast as possible. Ultra running, being a good dad, and making money, property. Okay, so you can see what I'm interested in. I like to inspire others. Okay, what skills do you have or I could acquire? So, good with anything physical. I'm doing this for myself, by the way. I can source properties in the UK. I can make money online with digital marketing and school. What else? Some other skills that I have: website development, ebook development, webinars, funnels, building business. Okay, what problems or pain points do people pay for? Setting up websites, setting up and running funnels, how to run ads without wasting money, and find good property investments. It takes a lot of time to find good property investments, by the way. We also could say lead generation is a problem for a lot of people. Finding members for your school, editing, podcasts, content, content creation, time. So here's just a couple of things that come to mind for me is what problems or pain points, should be an S on there, do people pay for? And I'm just kind of using myself for this example. What problems have you overcome? Found property investments in the UK. Set up websites, funnels, digital campaigns, proof of concepts, launching businesses, okay, offers, crafting offers, I guess that you'd say crafting offers of other problems, so drinking too much. Um, okay, let's just have a quick look back through here. So, as you can see, I've done this very, very quickly in under 5 minutes. Now, where you want to have a look is what's jumping out at me right now. So, initially, when I built the Ultra Dad community, it was ultra running, being a good dad. I didn't actually write down anything about being a dad here, but these are the ones that I wanted to explore at that time. So, the skills I have 3 children, so I've learned a lot from buying sleep courses and parenting books and things, which obviously I'm passionate about that, so I'm there to help others be a good dad. If I were to go through making money or making money online specifically, that could be one. I could look at the different avenues which I've already proved my digital marketing agency. That's building ads, website development, ebook development, running webinars, funnels, how to build a business, all the back end stuff as well. So as a one-man band, you've got to save time. What tools and systems to use. So say what problems or pain points do people pay for? They pay for systems and efficiency. Okay, editing. Okay, so what I might go for is actually who can we copy? So let's just pick one that I'm not currently doing and where it might be good. Okay, so this one here, editing, podcast, and content. So if the person's just started a podcast or creating content, they might not be very good at it. It takes a lot of time, doesn't look professional, need for higher quality, no thumbnail experience, no click through, no traffic, do not know how to run ads to podcasts or YouTube channel. Okay, so there's a couple of things here. Can you copy somebody else? So let's say video editing is my problem, and that is someone that's new onto the school platform, because that's where an ecosystem actually is. So we can start narrowing down who the avatar might be. So it might be people that have just started on school and they have just set up their podcast and they are maybe currently learning from Matthew Thompson, which is what I did, and learnt the full process from a pro. I find it difficult because of time. I run another company as well as my schools. Okay, so you might have a little bit of experience in editing and you might be very fast at doing a professional setup with podcasting. You might know how to set up your studio much better than me. You might find it really easy to cut up into different pieces and promote out to your social media. You might know how to repurpose that content, like a good friend, Danny. Sorry, Danny, I can't remember your last name. I'm going to have to look it up. Okay, Danny Holt. Check. Oh, look, it auto-populated for me. So I've spoken to Danny recently, dismissed that. And he is very good, has a great system in terms of cutting up podcast and then being able to distribute it through different sales channels. So these people you could easily copy the skill from, but there's already a marketplace on School or even somewhere else. So it doesn't have to be on School, but where could we find this person? So the pain or problem is video editing or editing podcast to make it look professional, then uploading or cutting into pieces for social media. Okay, we're solving the problem of time. Okay, so that's the pain point or problem. Now, what is this worth to somebody? Well, that's something that you can only work out by talking to the market. Now, how do we define down or drill down to find our avatar a bit easier? We could say school community builders. We could say small business owners. We could say networking groups. Just launched podcast. So we could find new podcasts on Spotify. Where else could we find the avatar? So you can see once we identify a problem, and it could start with ourselves and something we would probably pay for, we can identify what somebody else might be able to do or what we might be able to do ourselves. Now, I would probably pay somebody, provided it was the right price for where we are now. At the moment, our podcast is not making any money. But we have money from our digital marketing agency, which we may be able to allocate across when we've got extra cash flow. So where else could we find this avatar? We could find them. So we could find them online at Google. Could search established podcasts and see the quality. We could help them improve it. Okay, so the pain is also thumbnails, getting descriptions done. What else is a pain in the ass? Actually uploading to YouTube if it's a long video, and sharing. I think I've already said that. Yeah, sharing or posting it. Okay, so we've got the pain or the problem, which is video editing or editing the podcast to make it look professional. There's pain in the ass uploading or cutting into pieces for social media, solving the problem of time by talking to the market. We will further understand pain points, thumbnails, and getting descriptions done is a pain. By the way, there was a guy in the school games named Kai who made 57K a month doing this. Uploading to YouTube, sharing, and posting. So, who could our avatar be? It could be school community builders, small business owners, anyone attending networking groups that wants to start their own podcast. Maybe they've just launched a podcast, but they find it. You could find them on by filtering Spotify for new podcasts. Could then go online at Google. You could search the local area. You can search established podcasts and see the quality. Okay, and what businesses could we build from this? Okay, so one thing to note is if you do not have any skills in video editing whatsoever, you can, and you've got maybe some skills in sales, is to get the clients. So you know exactly who to speak to from building an avatar. You do direct outreach, meetings, networking, um, send lumpy mail, an old school way that Sam Ovens taught me. Um, we could run ads, we could make content. Let's just move this one down. Okay, businesses we could build from this. Okay, so these are ways we could get business. So, for example, uh, businesses, sorry, ways to get business. Okay, so this is different types of ways that we could direct message on school or build relationships inside communities. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we could go about finding and talking to people. We could, the types of businesses that we could first offer would be 1 to 4 podcasts per month, full editing service. Okay, now we could also offer thumbnail generation. We could do our social media clips and edits of hooks. So social media management. We could do a course if we are very, very good. We could do a community course, which I recommend on school. We could sell equipment, affiliate links by developing a blog. We could sell equipment by affiliate links by social media, building email list, social media itself. Okay, so here's a few different models and different types of businesses you could create out of this idea. Now, all of these, obviously, at the moment, it's pretty rough and raw. I've even spelled social media wrong there. But we could go down the lines of having these types of businesses in mind, but where we're really going to understand the problem is speaking to a specific avatar and lots of them. Okay, I'm just going to say, highlight that. Speaking to the specific avatar and lots of them. We need to speak to 100 or more. Okay, now on these calls or on these reach outs or emails or direct messages or Zoom calls or in-person meetings, we want to try and record as much information as possible. Write down so be curious about things that people say. So, for example, for me, editing is a pain in the ass. Do not, I do not have enough time to catch up to the amount of content I create. Okay, so you could write all this information down, any sales calls online or over the phone, you can record them and you can listen back through them and see if you can find any patterns. Okay. Why is this important? Well, this is going to help us with our messaging and it's going to help get the person's attention. So what we're going to do next? Okay, so we've identified a problem. Now we've identified an avatar. We've identified a couple of businesses and things we could do. Now we will go, we help digital marketing owners, so that's me, or school community builders or owners edit their podcast to a professional level and clip for easy social media use. Okay, so this is our first stab at it, but we could come up with another idea. We help school community owners edit their podcast and clip hooks for social media to make more money and attract more leads. So this needs a little bit of a refinement, but you can see we're focusing on, okay, who do we help? Okay, what is it that we help people with? And what's the highly desirable outcome? So make more money and attract more clients could be one of their own. So we could just actually go, we help the school community owners edit their podcasts, or we could actually say, instead of say in one of our calls, it could be with post production podcast services to attract more leads. Okay, so now we've got what a lot of marketers call is a refined marketing statement. Now, you might want to start with one of these and start going out to the market with your conversations and say, okay, we help school community owners with post-production podcast services to help them attract more leads and distribute on social media. Okay, so I quite like this one just now because it's my third attempt. First couple are normally shit, so let's go with that one. Now, as I'm talking to the market, I'm curious about what they might need, how many podcasts they're producing, okay, where on social media they are. So all this information they are telling me via these phone calls. Now I don't have an offer fully yet. I know what service I might be offering, but what reveals itself in the market might be completely different to what I'm thinking. But we'll have a little bit of a stab at it. So what we'll do is it's 4 podcasts. Actually, let's just say 2 podcasts a month, fully edited to 1 hour of content and branded and filler words and ums and ahs removed. Sound quality fixed. What else? It's a pain. Transcribed. Captioned. And then clipped for social media. Okay, all platforms. Okay, so you can see how this is starting to develop into a pretty good offer. And what we're going to do is we're going to start working with people at a higher end. So 2 podcasts might be a little. So this number could change. Let's just say 2 to 6 podcasts a month. So maybe a high end service. Actually, let's just go 6 podcasts. Let's just do 1 a week. Okay, change my mind there. On so the market, I only do maybe 1 a week. So now I am thinking, okay, what are others charging for this? These are the questions I want to be asking on Google and other people. And then I also want to ask my market, how much would you want to pay? There is a pricing model which you could copy, which is called I forget the guy's name now. It's the Van Westendrop pricing model. So this is how the market tells you how much it would be. Now, if you're completely new to this, then I would suggest get 1 beta client. This could be free or paid. I would recommend paid first, so you get a win even if it's on down. Okay, so you could, there's probably someone directly in your network or someone that's fits your ideal avatar that you can contact and connect with straight away. Now, you want to start getting into the conversation and asking them about their podcast and then drive the conversation to where you might be able to jump on a call or offer your services. So I would maybe try and get it onto a call and ask them what their problem is so that I can fully understand what it is that they need. And then when they want to know more, or if they want to know more about my service, I would then use their words in saying what we do. So I'd say we do 4 podcasts a month. We fully edit them, 1 hour of content. We brand it up. We remove any filler words, ums and ahs, any pauses, any mistakes. We make sure the sound quality is really, really good. We transcribe it and we put captions on it, and then we clip it for social media. And we are turning this into a business and think a fair price would be £1,000 a month. However, if you are willing to use us, we would do it for £1. Now you could say a higher discount, or you could say £1 initially, and then after 1 month we could work together ongoing if you like the service. Or what you could do is say you pay £1, so they're technically a paying client, but you can pay us what you think it is worth to you. What I also might want to do here is add appropriate call to actions to help with lead generation. Okay, so I'm just trying to think about what might be even more valuable to this offer. So if you're willing to use us, we will do it for £1 initially, so that you can say that they are a paying client. And then you can say after 1 month of doing the service for you, if you like the way that we work together, then we can charge an ongoing fee. Or you could say something like, you can pay us £1 right now, and then, or you can pay it can be free and just pay us what you think it is worth. That will give you a fair gauge on what the service is like. But the main thing you're doing here is getting reps. So if you're really, really new to this and you've never done this before, you're going to get reps on how to work with the client. You're going to get workflows you can repeat. You will be able to find the right tools. You could, if you don't actually want to do the work either, find a great contractor on Fiverr or Upwork. So you could be really good at sales and not actually be very good at this editing thing. There could be someone, actually find a great contractor in your network on Fiverr or Upwork that you can pay to do the work. Now, the beauty of this model is you find someone in your network who's very, very good at this, and you can go out and get the business and then give it to this person to deliver on the work while you continuously go out to the market and project manage those clients that you bring on, and then someone else is working in the background. So this is how you get there much, much faster. Now, you're going to make sure that the contractor isn't charging you all of the money that you're charging. generally you'll be able to find one, I'd say 50% or less is probably a good idea. That makes you make 50% of the profit without having to do all the work, and you can just go out and project manage the client. If you don't understand at all how to do podcast editing and never done it before, it's probably a really good place to start. I've done it through Matthew Thompson and the Podcast Key, and learning how to do it and the sticking points and understanding that is much more valuable. So I would probably go about doing that to start with. However, if I'm short of time, I'd maybe go out and get a really good contractor to deliver the work, so I could just completely focus on sales and conversations. Okay, last thing to note here is, oh, none, is we have not built anything yet. No website, no logo, no community or course. Okay, so we haven't done any of the work that people think they need to do for this. Now, the other thing which you could do is you could actually go out to the market and prepare a wait list for this, so you can test demand. So develop a wait list. So you can tell people if they want to buy at that point, you can say we're developing a wait list, and to add scarcity. I don't know if that's scarcity. My spelling's pretty bad. So waitlist, scarcity, say we're only taking on 10 clients. Now, if you're having 100 calls, 10 clients, 10%, you could get that. So if you're speaking to 100 people, getting 10 clients is pretty easy. Now, if you're charging $9.99 a month for the service, 10K a month. I'm going to round it up. So you're now making 10K a month. You have not built a website. You have not wasted time making a logo, even though you can do it very quickly on logo.com. You have not wasted time with building a community. You've not wasted time building a course. You've built a service-based business that you can do from anywhere online. You just need to have a shared Dropbox or Google folder for client to upload. Probably need a contract. And if you want to add community in, then build a school community. Once people have paid you. Okay, so this is what you could do, and you can rapidly test the ideas. Now, at any point when you're speaking to people, you need to speak to 100 people or more. Now, 100 is going to give you enough of a data set to find a problem or a need. Now, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You want to do it faster. You probably don't. You'll have resistance to take the calls or do the calls. You'll muck things up. It won't be a linear process. It'll be jagged. It'll be all about. It basically won't look pretty, but if you follow the process, be curious about what the pain points are, and find a problem that somebody is already getting paid money for. You can then just copy that or develop your own unique solution to offer it. Now, focusing a little bit narrower on the avatar makes it really, really easy to go out to the market and find who you want to be speaking to. And then when you scale up and run ads and things, you'll be able to cut through the noise, the digital noise, and you'll be able to directly target that person. Now, if you want the complete passive income, after you've worked with these people, you might want to look at developing a course. So you might be really, really good at all the bits and pieces, and you might be able to record yourself doing it, and then you might be able to add it into a course. So that's more of a do-it-yourself type offering, and you could sell the course as itself. However, the community, you'd still need somebody to run that community. Now, if you're looking for a way where you're not so hands-on with the business itself and doing the work, this is probably what I would look to do. Is you get the work or find a way that you're going to be able to get work and clients easily, and then you could train up somebody to be able to do the sales part. And then in terms of the fulfillment, find a really good freelancer or contractor in your network or Fiverr, or even coach up somebody, even better, some young person in your network desperate for a job. So hopefully that little workshop has been helpful for you. And if you want to rapidly test ideas, I would basically go through this as fast as possible. Now, if this was me going out to the market, I would be doing all this stuff and joining other people's communities and looking at people adding value in the communities already on school and seeing if I can help them